The one-bedroom condo market in Vancouver has gone through a sharp repricing, particularly in the downtown core. In this video, we focus specifically on the downtown market and three key sub-areas to show where prices have declined, inventory has built up, and demand has materially weakened. Using live market data and pricing charts, we break down how the one-bedroom segment has performed relative to previous years, why this part of the market has been hit so hard, and where value may be emerging for buyers with patience and discipline. This is a data-driven walkthrough designed to help condo owners understand current conditions and help buyers assess risk and opportunity before making a decision. There's no speculation here, only real numbers, trends, and clear explanations to support better decision making. So let's go to the charts right now. And what I have here is just three markets here in the downtown core that have some great opportunity. So we have green, which is Harbour, orange Yaletown, and then this maroon purple is downtown Vancouver West. So right now we have everything set up for all bedrooms with the median price point. You're gonna see here over the last 3 years kind of what's been going on with pricing here. So, nothing crazy kind of comes out to you in terms of the stagnation over the last 3 years. Pretty typical. You can see that Harbour saw a little bit of a run up in 2024 and then has stabilized here. But if we go down to what we're talking about, and setting this here to one bedroom units, it tells a little bit of a different story. So that same condo market in Harbour, which saw some steady gains over the last couple of years, have been falling off a cliff here. So you can see, for example, in the green. So in May of 2024, the average one bedroom in Harbour was just under 800,000 at 794. And now it has dropped here from the December data down to 675,000. So a 9.4% year over year drop in pricing, and going from 794 to 675. So over $100,000 correction from May of 2024 to 2026. So in less than 2 years. So that's quite dramatic. So this is definitely an area where I have been telling my clients to focus in on, and not just on the one bedroom space, but there has been some fabulous units in Harbour that have some great potential. One of the reasons why one bedroom units, for example, have been crushed and have not been performing well is just because of the size dynamics. Everything that has been built a little bit newer, things that are smaller, these shoe boxes, buyers are no longer wanting to do that. They don't prioritize newer units with nice finishes. They rather have something that's older that they can either renovate themselves or live in something that's older but have a bigger footprint. In Harbour too, something that is quite systematic in terms of the construction there are solariums, and buyers do not want that either. So if you have a unit that doesn't have any outdoor patio space, it's been very, very hard to sell. And then if you pair that together with a small unit with no patio space, it's almost impossible to sell these units. When we look at Yaletown in terms of pricing, they've seen a 5.6% drop year over year, where your average one bed in Yaletown is at $663,750. And it came down a little bit from its peak. Where would that be? Around October 2022, from 730 down to 683. So in just a few short years, it's seen some substantial drops. I also had a fellow YouTube buyer that came through my system here, where we purchased right before the end of the year in Yaletown, and in that specific building on mainland, a great area in Yaletown, just a little bit away from all the restaurants and cocktail lounges. We had the lowest price in that condo unit since 2016. So almost 10 years of suppressed pricing in that unit. That homeowner unfortunately did lose money. But again, there is a lot of opportunity in not only this market, but the market as a whole in Vancouver, because you're going to be able to find some of these distressed sellers. Moving down to downtown Vancouver West, it saw a 5.9% drop, where now you're under the $600,000 mark average, $590,000, well down from its peak at around December 2022. It's gone from $665 down to $590, so almost $100,000 drop. So for those who are first-time home buyers looking to get into a property, even an investor, if you've done well in the stock market and you want to put some of your assets into a physical property to diversify, these one bedrooms are great options here, especially if you can get some good pricing. That one that I spoke about in Yaletown, we were able to get it under $500,000. So you are are being able to cash flow some of these properties. And depending on what your financial capacity is and what your goals are, I know right now, if you leave your money in the stock market, you're likely getting a better rate of return. But if you've already done well and you want to offset your plan, being able to get into some of these areas, Yaletown will always rent well. If a good building, a good floor plan, these are things that we're wanting to see. If we go over to the sales to active ratio to show you how soft some of these items are, again, look at this crash from 2022 downward. So what we're looking at here in Cole Harbour, it's at an 8.1 sales ratio. So that means 8 out of every 100 homes are selling. That is firmly planted in buyer market conditions. It's down 12% year over year. Yaletown has dropped a little bit, 1.7%. It's had a little bit of an uptick here over the last couple months. It's sitting at balanced market conditions at 17%. And then downtown Vancouver West has had a drop of 21.4% year over year, and it's sitting at 12%. So just on the cusp of a balanced market going down. So just because you see some of these numbers here, and I've seen this in other areas where, for example, in Mount Pleasant in the condo market, the sales active ratio shows that it's a seller market. But when you look at and you bring up pricing, it may be selling quickly and there's competition, but it's selling at a number that is dramatically lower than where it was previously. So just because sales ratios are high, you have to check what that average price point is. If the market's going down, there might be a slog in that sub area. And yes, properties are starting to fly off the shelf, but because there's good value and you're getting that purchase. So you always have to look around and look at several different numbers just to make sure that you're getting a proper picture there as well. If we look at some of the listing inventory here in terms of total inventory, again, you can see, over the last couple of years, especially in downtown Vancouver West, we've seen an increase, 9% increase year over year in downtown Vancouver West, 6.3% year over year in Yaletown. Cole Harbour has stayed at 0, which is interesting, despite of how slow it is. But, Cole Harbour is also not a neighborhood for a lot of people. Young professionals don't really like living there. It's a little bit sleepy. But I have some clients who are going into retirement. I've spoken to some who are transitioning from out of city and out of province. This Cole Harbour lifestyle is quite nice. It's very quiet there. There's not a lot of transient people. You're really close to the seawall. You're close to Stanley Park, so be able to get exercise. You have those beautiful views if you get some of those units there. And because Cole Harbour is older, you have a lot larger footprint. There's one unit in particular, if you want the details of it, just over 2,000 square feet, a 2-bedroom with 2 patios. I love how it was laid out with 2 bedrooms on either side of the residences, but the views were insane. And something like that previously would be well over $2 million, but it is starting to drop. And you're going to see this, especially on the Cole Harbour side and some of these other areas, especially as we progress through 2026 with the number of mortgage renewals that are coming up. 60% of all Canadian mortgages are coming to fruition to be renewed, and there are going to be people who cannot afford it. Obviously, we're talking about 1-bedroom condos here. In terms of an increase in your interest rate, a lot of people will be able to offset some of those costs. Obviously, the less borrowing you have, the less implications that it has on your bottom line. But there is going to be some people that are being put into a position where they may not be able to afford. A lot of people who own 1-bedroom units, a lot of them are investors. And if you are having an increase of just a couple points on your mortgage, that could be the deciding factor of being cash flow positive or negative, or finally putting you in a position where you can't continue to float your unit. Also, first-time home buyers, you are quite sensitive too if you've gotten into a first-time home buyer purchase when rates were quite low and you were highly leveraged. Some of those people, unfortunately, we may have to have some hard decisions made as well. We know that with my last video out, there is unemployment that continues to rise, and in a sensitive bracket such as a 1-bedroom, even if you're not a homeowner, if you're an investor and your tenant now has lost their job and you can't find a tenant and the rental market has dropped, and if you had a tenant that was paying a very premium rate that's been there for a while, and now you're looking at a 20, 30, 40% decline plus an increase of your mortgage payments, we are going to see people having to sell these units. So these are some markets here that I would encourage everybody to look at. If you're wanting more information on listings in this area, shoot me a text, shoot me an email. We can also jump on a discovery call. You can scan the QR code in the banner. The calendar link is in the description below as well. But again, these are some highlight areas in the downtown market that has been crushed as of late, and just here to provide that value. Thanks again for sticking through. I'll see you on the next one.